Bueno, de una vez les digo, buenos días, good morning everyone. That was like 70%. I know you guys are not doing good. Come on, it's Wednesday, ya hay café, ya se dijeron hola. Good morning everyone. Se los voy a pasar, nada más porque es temprano. Good morning, everyone. I missed you guys. I haven't been here in the last two days, and honestly, it's put a weight on me. Although Grace did amazing, and I do want to ask you guys if you can please give a big applause for the team for keeping up the fort. So, thank you, Mar. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, the office, for keeping up the gear work. They did amazing, and honestly, I would not be the same without the team. Whose first time is it today? Who's here for the first time? Dos personas allá, nadie por acá. Armando, no manches. Uno por allá. So, first and foremost, welcome. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. It's a very simple program. I'll explain right now what it is. So, my name is Daniel Garza. I'm a program specialist with UTRGV Entrepreneurship and Commercialization Center. We'll keep it ECC for short, and for all the friends. What is 1 Million Cups? So 1 Million Cups is a simple program. It's a nationally recognized program. It happens all throughout the country. In probably a bunch of cities, there is a center just like this one's doing a reunion just like this. But I always like to say that mine is different and mine is a little special, which I'm pretty sure that every organizer says the same thing every single time. Para mí, esta comunidad tiene un espacio muy especial. ¿Y por qué es eso? Creo que a lo largo del año que he tenido con esta comunidad he aprendido una cosa y es la importancia de las conexiones. And that's something that I see every single time I do this, a new connection happens. Who came here, I want to say, who's been here since April last year? So it's a couple ones, so maybe around 10 people. Who's been here around December last year? And I want to say to the person who's down to respond this question, la persona que me quiere responder, why do you keep coming to 1 Million Cups? Networking. Who else? Los nuevos dicen, pues nada más porque hay café. Someone else. ¿Por qué vienen todos los, José? Se para y todo eso. Okay. Perfecto. Si no digo, el café viene muy segundo a mi parte. Ok, ¿alguien más me quiere decir por qué vienen aquí todos los miércoles? O la mayoría de los miércoles. Yes. I get inspired. To get inspired? That's perfect. So, what I saw or what I learned from the last couple ones, and me being, I want to say maybe a people person, I found out the importance of connecting with one another. I think I was telling someone new, and I was describing it to someone, that I do this exercise that I like quite a bit, that is like, I would say, if I were to start a cookie business and I want to learn how to do marketing, can someone help me here? And then every time there's someone that raises their hand and says, like, I'm willing to help, I got it. This is what we do here. And I really encourage you guys to meet someone else today. If you do not know someone, or maybe you haven't seen them in the last couple of Wednesdays, ask them, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? Or, hey, I know this, I can help. Because even if you don't know the answer for everything, you might know the answer for the one question someone else in the audience has. So again, I pivoted way too far. But nationally recognized program happens every Wednesday. 2 entrepreneurs come every single Wednesday to tell us our story, and then we just discuss it over a cafecito. So far we've done 4,535 cups of coffee, which for me, those are the amount of connections we made over the last 3 years, and that is major. I'm trying to reach 7,000 this year. How am I gonna do it? I have no clue, but it's gonna happen. Why? Because positive mindset. At this time, guys, please silence your phone. Please make sure that you are respectful of the people's times and presentations. These people are working hard to be here and actually give us a little time with it. I mean, you guys are all business owners, so you guys know that it takes some time to be here. So without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to the first person. She messaged me on Facebook, and she was like, hey, I see what you're doing. How can I be part of it? Do you guys charge? I'm like, absolutely not. You can be part of it. Please come here next Wednesday. And 2 Wednesdays later, she's here to present. So give it up to Miss Joan Cavazos Lopez, please. Come on. Thank you. go, and you can click this way.
That way, okay.
You got it.
Good morning. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of faces here today. So I'm going to start off by apologizing. I am not a public speaker by any means, but like Daniel said, I'm going to rip off the Band-Aid and, and present you my business. So the name of the business is Cavazos Dulce Tradición. Again, my name is Joanne Cavazos Lopez. I do live here in Brownsville. I've been here for the past 15 years. I was born and raised in San Benito, and I've been happy to live here for the years that I've been here. I've seen the community grow, a lot of the things that are happening, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So this is more than just a business. It's a legacy. And who I am. So I have been a nurse for 25 years. Currently, I'm a hospice nurse. I work for our Caring Hands Hospice. In my 25 years, I've worked all aspects of the business, of the field, from pediatrics to corrections. Never did I think I was going to be a business owner. For me, nursing was everything. I'm also a mother, a wife. I have 2 children, and now I can add entrepreneur. Another detail about me that I didn't put on the list, but I feel it's very important when it comes to the business, is I'm a COVID survivor. I did contract COVID, first wave in 2020 while I was at work. I was on the verge of death. I was not supposed to make it. I did sign a do not resuscitate order because doctors said that I needed to be intubated in order to stay alive. I listened to the voice in my head, which I do feel at that time, and since then that was God speaking to me, that I needed to keep fighting, and I needed to fight with Him and with my own strength. And that, I believe, was a pivotal moment in my life that showed me that not to give up, regardless of what doctors say, regardless of what anybody says. We have the will to keep fighting, and thank God that I'm living proof of that. So, how it started. As a child, my mom would make the deditos, as they're also known, and the pan de polvo cookies. They were at all the parties, the weddings, the quinceañeras, the baby showers, everything. They had a very, very distinct traditional flavor, and finally she was able to release the recipe and let me take over the reins, and she taught me how to make them. We also do seasonal items, which are the buñuelos during Christmas time, and also during Lent, we make the capirotada. Now, a fun fact of the capirotada, it is something that's usually enjoyed around the time of Lent. And some interesting information about the capirotada is that a lot of people don't know that it does have a symbolic meaning to it. The bread that is used is a symbol of the body of Christ. The cinnamon that is used to make the tea symbolizes the wood for the cross that Jesus was placed on. The raisins represent the tears that were shed the day that Jesus was crucified. And the tea, the cinnamon and anise tea that we use symbolizes the blood of Christ that was shed. So that's something that also has a very traditional flavor, and the buñuelos as well during Christmas time. So why I started the business to honor my family's tradition, and I believe that the cookies themselves are a part of our culture. One of the main compliments that I receive from our regular customers is that they bring back those memories. My grandma used to make them, my mom used to make them, and they're no longer here, so it brings back those good memories of their childhood, and I'm glad to be able to do that for them. To share authentic homemade treats, and to build something of my own. So everything that I make, it has a story. It also has memories, and it also helps for others to also make those memories. The challenges that I currently face, marketing and visibility. When I started the business back in 2024, I hit the ground running. I wanted to do every market, everything, and working a full-time job and doing this on the side, I was completely exhausted. So I have slowed down. I do try to do markets once a month, a couple of months, and then we do take the orders for different events. Financial tracking keeping a track of the expenses, the spending, things like that. I have been having some issues with that, and the time management. Managing the job, the kids, the husband, the business, everything. So those are the three main challenges that we're facing right now. Growth and lessons. So we do have social media. I don't think I've really grasped the full concept of how to market on social media, just because I don't want to kind of overbear or post too much or too little or things like that. So I really want to learn more the aspect of the social media marketing, of tracking the expenses and the mileage, because we do the markets. I have to keep track of all those. And then listening to customers, what they want, feedback. I really appreciate feedback. How we can grow, how we can change things, how we can do more things that the customers like. And the vision for the near future, to expand the product line. I have started making other recipes that are more healthier versions of treats, also different foods. We also started making what they call the sandwichon. I know a lot of people make it differently, but we also started making those. Grow our market presence, build a strong brand, and to soon hopefully open an independent location. I know it's difficult to open a spot just based on the cookies alone, so that's why we're trying to incorporate maybe some more traditional foods or plates that can also be like a small cafe restaurant where they can enjoy not only the cookies but also some food. So Cavazos Dulce Tradición isn't just about sweets, it's about our culture, it's about love, and it's about keeping the tradition alive. And that's it for me.
So now, if let's say if it's the first time here, now we ask some questions from the audience to our presenter. Again, she did an amazing job, but you might not have a lot of questions, but you might have a compliment, an advice, something. So anyone in the audience would like to ask something to Joanne?
Piece of advice for social media. I know it can be overwhelming, especially if you have TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, everything, right? It's a lot of outlets right there. So the easiest thing you can do is just document what you're doing and post it. That's
Okay.
it. Document, hey, audience, I'm creating this new batch of cookies. Snap a picture, post it online, don't think too much about it, and just do it as often as you can.
Okay.
And that's something that you can easily do without overthinking where you're, I should like polish the picture a little bit more, edit this out, edit this in. Just post it. If you don't have a lot of time to do that, just document what you're doing, and it's the easiest way to go about it. And when you get to another height, another level, and you will have millions of followers, then you can start thinking about making hyper efficient the things that you do. So right now, just post, and that will work for you right now.
Okay, great, thank you.
Anyone else in the audience?
I just have a comment. I'm piggyback off of what Nelson just said. Just focus and on your business, because I know you said you starting up, but maybe once a week post at least minimum. You can do two. That way you don't overwhelm yourself. And try to link maybe your Instagram or your Facebook, so that you post it once and
It goes to you.
not so much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone in the audience that has or tracks their mileage or anything on a software, or they use something like that for their expenses?
I used to use QuickBooks to track mileage when I went to markets. So that's useful if you plan to declare this as an independent business. So yeah, everything adds up, right?
Yes.
Everything adds up. A free business account that you can use, bank account, it's called Found. Found.com. It's free. It helps you track and categorize your expenses as a business from your personal ones. You can even import from your personal account if you paid something with your personal account, and you can divide it, and it will make it easier at the end of the year to
Okay.
file your taxes.
Oh, that's good
And
to
it's
know.
free. Found.com.
Free is good.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Anyone else in the audience? No? So I do have two questions. First, I want to say congrats. Joanne's actually taking one of our courses, and I'm glad to see that you're joining the ecosystem. Second, I do want to say you can use Meta for business, so you can actually post simultaneously from Instagram and Facebook at the same time without having to do too much of a hassle.
Okay.
Pretty cool. And then third, I do want to just ask, how can we as a community help you grow your business?
I think by these sessions, because like you say, the connections are really important. Every time we come here, we meet somebody new. We never know who's gonna cross our path every day. And I don't believe in coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Every person is put in our path for a reason. And I think that coming to these is definitely beneficial for that.
Awesome. Let's give it up for John, please.
Thank you.
One more question. Yes, sir.
There's just there's Zoho.com, ZOHO.com. That one's really inexpensive. It gives you an idea, kind of like QuickBooks, because QuickBooks is a little pricey. For starting out, Zoho.com.
Zoho.com.
It has invoices, it links from your bank account, so that it'll upload it, and then you can just put your receipts to the
Oh, okay.
expense. And it's got a lot more than that, but basically, that's really good, and it's very inexpensive.
Okay. Good, that'll help to organize receipts, because, yes, sir.
Did you ever feel overwhelmed?
Yes.
I'm sorry for this question, but
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
as an entrepreneur going into this field or whatever, you wanna know, other people feel the same way, or, I'm sorry about the
No.
negativity.
No, not at all. I have been overwhelmed, and my mother was a very big inspiration for me to start this, because growing up, I saw how hard she worked and everything that she did. And now, sometimes she'll tell me, you're doing too much, you have too much on your plate, you're gonna burn yourself out. If you focus more on one thing, you're gonna not focus on another. But I think that's where like the time management comes in, and kind of just taking a break and step back and taking a deep breath and say, you know what, I can do this. And then restart and just keep going. But yes, overwhelmed, I have, to the point even at times, like, what did I get myself into? But again, I don't believe there's a coincidence, or it just out of nowhere. The seed was planted for a reason, so I'm gonna try to nurture it as much as I can, and hopefully, God willing, watch it grow.
Awesome. Thank you. That's great. Thank you, John. Well, the good thing about this is that John is not going to disappear. John is still going to be here after the fact. But do you have a comment? Yeah, go for it. Yay. Yeah, go for it.
I think one of the biggest things about the cookies is I always add the special ingredient, and that is love. I put a lot of love into it. Every time I'm baking, I pray over everything that I'm doing while I'm doing it, that they, hopefully they can make somebody feel good, they can bring a smile to somebody's face, because I think that's really important, to share the love.
Great. Thank you so much, John. I was gonna mention, if you guys like the cookies, she asked me, hey, is there a chance that I can bring cookies? I'm like, is there a chance? Please bring cookies. I'm like, I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna finish them, don't worry. Our next speaker, guys, actually, I've been a follower. I've seen her story and her journey, and it's pretty amazing. And she's actually gonna be one of our speakers for RGB Startup Week, so I won't spoil too much. I do want to say I admire the work that she's doing and what she stands for. So without further ado, can please give an applause to Victoria. I don't know why I stand. Let's go, guys. Let's give it an applause for her. I glitched.
It's okay. We all glitch.
Here you go. Oh, well, yeah. You got it.
Good morning, everybody. So my name is Victoria Valenzuela. I'm the owner of Girl Gang Market, shop, and venue. So like everybody was saying right now, I do a lot of things. Nonetheless, I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about my entrepreneurship journey and how it started. So I'm currently 25 years old. When I first started my entrepreneurship journey, I was 19. I was fresh out of high school. I started with a cosmetic brand that I still own up to this day. It's called Glam Flitter Lashes. Which is a cruelty-free and vegan cosmetic brand, focusing on, giving out clean beauty out to the community and stuff like that. So, nonetheless, I feel like my business has shifted throughout the years. So when I started when I was 19 years old, I mean, you're 19, you're fresh out of high school. When I started, it was actually during COVID time. So it was definitely a very lonely place, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, getting out of high school, you know, everybody like goes their own ways. And then being hit with a pandemic, like, I mean, I was already like not going out as much, like going out to like the mall or like to the park with like friends or like my boyfriend and stuff like that. So I remember it being like a very, I guess you can say like a dark time for everybody, like how it was. And I was in my room and I would look at like makeup videos, like Jeffree Star and like all these other like super big influencers. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, I want to do something like, not necessarily, I wasn't really like planning on like selling and making so much like money. That wasn't like my aspect in that time. It was mostly like for something for it to keep me occupied. And I was like, well, what do I like to do, right? Obviously, I like to look at makeup videos. So no, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start investigating. I want to bring in a lot of lashes that focuses on cruelty-free and vegan, right? Because for the most part, especially like a couple years ago, there was a lot of usage of mink lashes, which as like a skin-sensitive person, that just wouldn't like fall correctly on my eyes. Like I would sometimes feel like I would get like allergic reactions to them. So I remember just sitting down in my room and being like, you know what, I'm just gonna order like the first lot, like the first like 25 lashes, and if I don't sell them, that's okay because I like to wear lashes, like I'll just wear them, right? And I remember getting in the package and doing all the things. I opened up an Instagram. I started, you know, telling like my sister-in-laws to follow me and like my friends. And much sooner than I thought, you know, this brand blossomed into something so much bigger than just lashes. I started experimenting with, you know, lip glosses. Right now, thankfully, I can say that that has flourished into like my business journey right now. And yeah, so I started hosting markets when I was also 19. So if I started my business in March, my first market was in November of that year. And I remember telling my mom, it was at my mom's house. My mom's actually here right now in the audience. So I remember telling her, Mom, I want to host a market. And she was like, no. She's like, oh yeah, no, for sure. That would be super awesome. Who are you gonna contact? And I was like, no, well, I'm gonna contact friends that I met on the internet. People that I met throughout the duration from March to November. And surely but slowly, you know, we had about 8 vendors like pop up their tents there at my mom's house stand. And it was such a hit that the city got there and they were like, you can't be doing this. And I was like, no, what do you mean? And they're like, no, it's because you don't know like I guess it was like the amount of people that could be in one area. Little by little, you know, I started like contacting the mayor. I was doing all these things when I was 19. Like most people at 19 were not even focused on doing those things, but I was like, no, I want to still keep doing the pop-ups. And slowly but surely, that became bigger. Like I was creating something bigger than what I thought I was at the beginning. After that, you know, I kind of stopped doing markets at my mom's house stand. I'm also a full-time student. I'm actually graduating this May from UTRGV. So it was also like I was doing a lot at that point. I still am, right? But so I was like, no, I'm gonna take a break like from doing markets. I'm just gonna join other pop-ups. So as like a vendor, I was going to like McAllen, FAR, Mission, different places just to get like my brand out there. And then back in 2022, I had told my mom again, I'm like, Mom, I wanna go back to doing markets, but I wanna do a market that's indoors because first, like one of the things that I saw while doing outdoor markets was that it was hot, especially here in the Valley. The heat was just sometimes too much, and I was like, you know what, I wanna rent a space, just something small, like just something, again, we were back to that November phase, right? Where I was like, I just wanna do something small just so I can get toys, because the first time that I hosted it, I got like a big box of toys to donate for Toys for Tots. So I was like, I wanna do the same this year, and I'm just gonna do it this one time. And my parents, they were very supportive of me in that aspect. So they're like, okay, you know what, we'll lend you the money, that way you can go and rent the event center, wherever you want to rent. So I remember calling different like places and being like, no, telling them my idea, and they were kind of like, you're like, they didn't understand what I was trying to like say, right? Thankfully, the event center was like, no, yeah, for sure, come on in. We rented only 1/3 of the event center. Right now, if you go to a Girl Gang market, it's the entire ballroom. So to think that when I first started, it was literally like 40 vendors is crazy. We rented 1/3 of the event center, again, during Christmas time. We got the toys, and it was just an amazing, looking back at that, it was just an amazing, experience for me because I got to see my ideas come to life for the very first time in that aspect. Nonetheless, little by, a lot of people were messaging me after the event. They're like, Victoria, when's the next event? When's the next event? And I was like, next event? I was just thinking of just doing this just as a one-time thing. Again, especially as a young girl, I felt like I downplayed a lot of things. I just thought, no, I just did this one time and that's it. But I had a lot of friends reaching out to me like, when's the next one? You have to do one and do one for February because obviously during February there's a whole bunch of gifts that are being made, things that are being sold, sweets or little gift baskets and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Okay, fine. We'll do the next one, which is in February. And then from there, it just kind of took off. People were finding out about the market more and more. They were messaging me to points where it was just sold out. I had to expand from 1/3 to 2/3. And I stayed at 2/3 for about a year and a half just because I guess I was kind of scared. I was scared of doing the full ballroom. I was just scared of when I was doing all these things, I was probably 21, so I was like, I don't know if I overpower it, you go through all these things, right? And especially as somebody that's younger than everybody else, you kind of feel like, no, I don't want to overpower this whole situation. So we stayed at 2/3 for a while, for about a year and a half, and I remember telling my boyfriend, he was telling me, no, well, you need to expand already because there's a whole bunch of people that want to go, come to the event, and you need to open up more spaces. And I was like, no, I don't know. Well, again, we were back in that November phase, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it for our anniversary. For our Girl Gang anniversary, I'm gonna expand to the whole 3/3 of the event center. And we did it, and then since then, we have a couple years also doing it as a full event center, and we host events every 2 months. It's honestly a super rewarding experience because I've got to connect with so many entrepreneurs, not only from Brownsville, not only from the Valley, but from, I feel like Texas in general, because I've gotten vendors from San Antonio, Laredo, Corpus that have came to my events. Nonetheless, it is something, like I say all the time, super rewarding because I've gotten vendors tell me, Victoria, because of your event, I was able to open up my business. Because of your event, I was able to collaborate with this person, and we got followers from a giveaway that we hosted. So it's something super amazing. So if you guys ever have the chance to visit a Girl Gang market, I really, really encourage you guys to do so. Our next one is gonna be June 7th at the Brownsville Event Center. One thing about my markets is that we do them themed as well. So this is gonna be Pokemon themed. Our last one was Super Mario's themed because of the movie that came out. So our markets have definitely expanded. I like to invest back into the markets. It's like I tell all of my vendors, if you're not investing in yourself right now when you can, when are you gonna do it? That's something that I hold myself up to that standard as well. So we like to buy these super big inflatables. We go all out with DJs. We go all out with decorations. So although it's called Girl Gang Market, I feel like at this point it's a convention because of how many vendors attend, how many people attend, there's performances, and all that good stuff. So like I was saying, I do the markets. That's the backstory of the markets. So now I'm gonna get back into the store. So in 2022, I met my friends, Shayla and Itzel. They're right here in the audience as well. Sorry. So when I met them, we should do First Friday here, right? So I remember one of the first couple times that I met Shayla and Itzel, we were unloading our bags and our boxes to come sell at First Friday. And little by little, they became my friends. They became my market friends, people that I would go and look forward to seeing them. So then in 2022, Shayla opened her doors at her shop for me to go sell my products, and I thought it was the biggest deal in the world because, well, obviously when you're when you imagine something in your room and it being at a point of sale, it's a big deal. So I had the opportunity to work alongside Shayla and Itzel for 2 years, and it was super amazing. We had so much fun, and during that time, Girl Gang was growing because they're the ones that helped me out with the videos. So if you guys ever see my videos, they're the ones that are inside the inflatables. And then after those 2 years, I was already thinking about making a Girl Gang shop. I wanted to make a Girl Gang shop. I wanted to open up a space where other entrepreneurs can go and sell their products, have a point of sale. So Shayla was like, you know what, why don't you just take over this shop? You already have your clientele here, just, remodel it, do what you want with it. And it's a very beautiful experience. It's a very beautiful experience when you meet individuals that believe in you, right? So we did that last February of 2025. It's been an amazing journey. This past October, we also opened up our venue. So our venue is right next door to our shop, and that's where we host birthday parties. So I was telling a couple people here earlier today that when we opened up our shop last February, I had a follower reach out to me through TikTok. She was like, hey, my daughter, she saw your TikTok videos of you making lip glosses. Can you host a birthday party of like, can the girls go over to make like lip glosses at your shop? And I was like, okay, yeah, that'll be super cool. And she's like, and you know what? I want like the hair tinsel that you post, I want that to be a part of the package. And I want some charm bracelets to also be a part of the package. And little by little, we were creating like this package, and we were creating these birthday parties at the shop that were taking up like space right at the shop. And it was just an amazing experience seeing all of that like unveil. Because nonetheless, these were ideas that I never thought were going to be possible. So this past October, we opened up our venue where we're able to, better assist our clients that are wanting to book their birthday parties with us. We've already had a good amount of birthday parties, since October. And other than that, we also host workshops and just little gatherings as well. So if you guys are entrepreneurs and ever want to host something there, you guys can reach out to me. It's a cute little space, and nonetheless, everything is pink because girl gang power. But yeah, that's a little bit about my, journey. I'm going to be at RGB Startup Week next week as well, so I'll probably go more into detail then if you guys are signing up. But yeah.
Awesome. Hey guys, any questions for Victoria? Yes, Miss Oli.
Well, first of all, congratulations, and I love your energy.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations on what you're doing. I wanted to ask you, have you heard of Market for Makers?
No, what's that?
You might want to look them up online. It's very similar to what you're doing in the market here. And I see you as a person that could probably grow like that. They're having what you have because of the following they have. They have the markets and they travel. They have in Chicago,
Oh, wow.
Dallas, and Austin. I myself attended one in Austin, and it was really great. It's more of like a convention, like you mentioned. And they have so many followers already that it's like they take the applications ahead of time, they get everything, and so they know their market's successful. And so it's already, they've been doing it for years, but you might want to look them up, Market for Makers, and you might get a lot of good ideas from them.
Awesome.
You skating in that manner, with your energy and stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, so actually, Girl Gang, this past December, we opened up our own portal because it was getting a little bit harder for me to kind of go through applications and all that stuff. So we have our official portal. It's called ggmarketbtx.com. I honestly, I love Brownsville, and this past December, we had the opportunity to go to Harlingen and host a market there at the convention center for our 3-year anniversary. And it was a lot of fun. A lot of people are also asking me, you need to do one in McAllen, you need to do one in San Antonio. So hopefully in the future, that can be a possibility. I do want to grow the markets, and I feel like there's just so many other people, so many other vendors and, customers that need to experience Girl Gang as a market. But yeah. Thank you.
Anyone else in the audience? There's two over there. Do you want to choose first and then?
Where do you see yourself taking this? What is your vision for the future? So I guess my vision for the future, if you would have asked me this question a couple years ago, I would have not been able to give you an answer, just because I felt like for a while I was downplaying a lot of things. I was just like, no, it's just gonna be something like, I'm gonna finish off school and I'm gonna just leave this in the past and stuff like that. But I feel like after these past 2 years, which have shown me a significant amount of growth, I definitely do want to expand Girl Gang as it is as a community, because that's another thing that I tell all the vendors. I feel like our markets are not just like a transaction, it's more of a community. We have our vendors that have been with Girl Gang for the past 4 years. We have new vendors that come in every single time. We have our customers that have been loyal customers with us for the past 4 years as well. So I feel like I definitely do want to expand. Like I said, maybe in the future, host bigger markets like in McAllen. I don't know, I have this big thing that maybe in the future I'll be able to fill up the entire convention center. That'd be super awesome. Because I feel like there's a lot of there's a lot of power here in RGV. You know, there's a lot of different businesses here, and I'm not saying that in other areas there isn't, right? But I just feel like our community, like every corner that you turn here, and especially in Brownsville, it's a small business. You know, we're powered by small businesses, especially here in the RGV. So I guess that would be my response. I would like to expand the markets, you know, in the future. As for store-wise, maybe also open up another Girl Gang store, Girl Gang shop, you know, probably like in McAllen, wherever that other market's at. But yeah, those are my goals.
You have a question, right?
Yeah, so you kind of touched a little bit on like digital tools that you use. Are there any digital tools that you wish you had that you could scale to that you started thinking about kind of in the back of your mind? 'Cause there's people who are gonna do that.
Well, so right now, like for my flyers, I use Canva Pro. That's something that I taught myself. I know that there's like different like courses where you can like go and, especially like here, right? You guys offer those kind of courses, right? I feel like I did everything based off of just, you know, seeing it. And especially as a college student, you know, they teach you how to use Canva. They teach you how to use like different things like in the university. I'm using right now a portal, and I feel like it's been pretty good. I've been able to get like catch a flow state, if that makes sense, of, you know, getting in the applications, approving the applications, sending out emails. Definitely, it is always a challenge with technology because new things are always coming out. You know, better tools are always coming out, especially right now with AI and all that stuff. You know, but yeah, I mean, like, I guess the help that I would need will probably be dipping into more like graphic designing. I want to like dip more into that because since I already use Canva, I have an iPad and I have like the other like software type of things. I've just kind of been playing around with them, but yeah. So, yes.
Anyone else in the audience? Yes.
Sorry,
How can I be a vendor at Girl Gang Market BTS?
So you can apply using our portal. Right now we have applications open for our next event, which is June 7th at the Brownsville Event Center from 1 to 6 p.m. It is GG Market BTX, ggmarketbtx.com. And then it'll show you, once you log onto there, it'll tell you to make an account. You have to make an account with us. And everything is super simple. After you make an account, it literally takes like 2 minutes. After that, you know, you'll go straight into the portal and you'll be able to apply for events and future events, which literally takes like 2 minutes. And then we'll send you an email, and that way, you know, you're able to secure your payment and stuff like that. Yeah, but thank you.
Two things.
Yes.
Three. Nice to see you again.
Yes, nice to see you.
With your Canva account, you can download Affinity Designer. It's a
Oh,
software
okay.
they offer. It will expand your capabilities as a
Oh,
graphic
nice.
designer. And three, so you've been organizing events and always growing them, right? It's always
Yes.
adding something else.
Yes.
What's that one thing that you added that totally made a difference in the amount of people that showed up or made an impact on you? Or maybe
I feel like,
one
okay,
thing.
yeah, so I feel like the market itself, it's something very curated, from the vendors to the people that show up to the performers. So I started adding like community performers, like community schools, like dance schools, karate schools, gymnastics, you know, into the actual market. I know it's a market and people are there to sell, right? But people are also there to experience things, and that helps bring in families. So I feel like that kind of helped my market. And especially since we have like a dance school that we've been working with for the past couple years, and she texts me and she's like, the girls are so excited for the next one. Like they already want to go all out with their costumes, you know. So I feel like that builds community. Nonetheless, I feel like, and I mean, an organizer is always going to say this about their market, right? But I feel like my market is very different from a lot of markets right now because I love what I do. You know, I love you know, talking to the vendors, seeing the vendors. I have people saying, I could never do what you do. Like, I could never, like, you know, deal with those many people at once, right? But I feel like in the midst of everything, that has shaped me who I am today, you know, because I started doing this when I was really young. You know, I started doing this at 19, when most people are not even worried about, like, you know, growing a business or starting a business, you know, or helping others grow. So, yeah, I think that's kind of what makes Girl Gang a little bit different from everything. Yeah.
I do want to say, first and foremost, great presentation.
Thank
Second
you.
of all, I like that you, and I saw it in your shop and I see it in your markets, that you don't only lift yourself, but you help lift others. You see other people and you want to support them. So first and foremost, thank you so much for that.
Yes.
And then just a question that we asked every presenter: how can we as a community help your business?
I would say go to the next Girl Gang Market because, like you said, that won't only help me as a market host, but that help vendors as vendors. I always tell the vendors, you guys promote, and if you guys bring one person to that market, that's 115 people already. Because if each of us bring one person, that's 115 people that show up to the market. And you don't necessarily have to buy anything. You can just be there, take photos, tag. A lot of the vendors are they're super excited every single time that there's a market because they're like, no, I get to meet new people and I got a new follower and stuff like that. So ultimately, if you support Girl Gang, you're supporting the small business community. So,
Let's give it up for Victoria, please. That's great. Now I want to say, who drank coffee today? Who had a cup of coffee? Thank you guys so much. So I want to say thank you to Miss Ollie for the coffee. So let's give it up for her, please. She is one of the people who has been a supporter, or not only 1 Million Cups, but the E-Rich cause itself, and we truly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and thank you, Mayra, for that amazing coffee, by the way. From Aroma Cafe, if you like it, it's from Aroma Espresso, just FYI. I think we've been saying this for the last couple of 10 weeks, 15 weeks? Probably 10 weeks. And we always advertise it, we always tell you guys about RGB Startup Week, so now I'm gonna switch it on y'all. What do you guys know about RGB Startup Week? When is it? Friday. I'm like, wait. When is it? Come on, guys. Friday. It starts Friday, okay. What's going on in RGB Startup Week? No, hombre, guys, come on. You guys, Demo Day is one. There you go, pitch events. What else? No ponen atención o qué. Lo voy a regañar. ¿Sabes qué? Lo voy a castigar. La siguiente vienen ustedes acá enfrente. RGB Startup Week, it's coming. It for the third time in 3 years. Wow. For the third time, guys. So let me ask you this. If you were to have the option to find one place where you can get tools for your business, inspiration for your morning, connections, and everything else at absolute no cost, would you go there? Then there you go. I have it ready for you. You see that? See the business pitch I did right there? Right here, guys. RGB Startup Week is coming. It's coming in hot. This Friday is the start. We have the boot camp on West Laco. If you did not get a chance, I believe that's sold out already. If you did not get a chance to get on that, don't worry. Next year is coming. But there's a whole week full of events happening. I would advise you guys to register. Again, it's completely for free. Look at all the sessions available. I know there's a lot and you probably don't have the whole week to be in the building, but you can make a schedule for yourself. What is different this year? This year, every single session will have a takeaway. Every time you meet someone, every time you attend someone, there's gonna be a tool for you, something to take away, something you can use in your business. So do not tell me that you do not have a reason to come to RGB Startup Week. We better see you guys here, and if not, y'all not getting coffee next Wednesday.
And next Wednesday, 1 Million Cups is part of RGB Startup.
Actually, yes, next Wednesday, our 1 Million Cups is part of 1 Million Cups is gonna be part of RGB Startup Week, and then we're gonna have the actual founder of the program, the person that came up with the idea. I won't tell you too much about it. I was able to hear how it all started, and again, it all goes back to making meaningful connections. So, again, guys, I'm gonna leave this here. If you guys wanna know some updates, I'll just leave it as a WhatsApp group. I'm not gonna sell you tamales like I tell you every week. Without further ado, I just wanna leave you guys. I think the conversations today really made me think, or made me kind of ponder upon that the one thing you need to have a business is to have passion for it. And the two people that I saw here in the front is the one thing in common I heard. Passion, love, care for what they do. And I know that a lot of you guys have businesses, and if you put that kind of effort and that kind of passion into it, it will show. And then your customers will notice, and the people will get to you. So I'll give you guys this homework, put some passion, put some love into your work, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Thank you so much, guys. I know the music is coming, sorry.